Dear friend, Shavuot is coming. We know that for us it's an opportunity. And we need always to learn to ask questions, how I can understand the holiday or the event in a deeper level. We do understand it, we do affected by it. This is why we are interested to make an effort and to come and to stay up all night and to do the connections, etc. But as much that we appreciate more, as much as we're more excited about it, this is as much that we're going to get. So obviously it's not about one thing. You can have endless explanations about things that are coming from the endless. So basically what we are doing in this day, it's the day that the whole purpose of creation was for that particular day, which is the central column. We know that the 3 holidays where all the Israelites were told to go to the place of the temple, which is the place where you realize, you can see, you know that someone is seeing you, that the light is seeing you, which means that somehow the place of the temple will help you to understand that what you think and what you feel and what your desires are completely revealed. You cannot hide it. From people you can hide it, but there is a source that is like all the people and more, because it's the Creator Himself that seeing us. So basically, to come to the place that's called the temple, it's to come to the place that to see that you've been seen over there, right there. So what it is all about in these 3 times, because this is the 3 major events of the year, in order to connect with the complete energy of the whole year. One is Passover, which is to come out of Egypt. The second one, which is exactly 6 months later, we know in the fall, like Passover is in the spring. This is in the fall. You have to celebrate the Sukkot, which is basically all the time that we're already outside of Egypt in the desert. But what was the purpose of being in the desert, walking in the desert? Towards where? Where Moses asked the Pharaoh, he asked that the Israeli will go out to Mount Sinai to do the work, the very special work, okay? And basically this is happening in Mount Sinai, which is the celebration of Shavuot. So it said that the whole purpose of the creation, it was for Shavuot. So Adam, so humanity will be able to get to that moment that it's Shavuot. So what was given in Shavuot? Shavuot, we got the solutions for all the problem, the fulfillment for all the desires, the answers for all the questions, and the cure for all the disease. All of it was there, because the only reason why there is disease, why there is pain and suffering and death and all the rest of the different way of lacking something, not having a joy and fulfillment, a pleasure that we want, all the different reasons that our desires are not fulfilled, and sometimes we experience chaos, it's because of one simple thing. It's because that we are here to connect with the source, to have an affinity with the source. Shavuot, it's the time that we have total affinity with the source, because the real love, it's affinity. It's not that you love something which is basically loving yourself, and this something, it's an object that gives you a fulfillment, like a cake or something else, or a person that you like to be in this company. It's okay, but this is not the love, that the real definition of love. When you come out of yourself, when you do resist thinking about you, and in that moment you have an affinity with the light, this is the whole purpose of creation. So the Creator wanted to give us the biggest gift, so we can communicate, we can talk to God like we're talking to a person. We can have total awareness that there is a Creator, and is here and exists. And the Creator is the source of good. There is no negativity whatsoever, not even a split second. It's all just positive. To understand that really all the negativity, it's not because of the Creator, it's because we don't do our job. It's to push us to actually simply have the affinity. This is why it's in the month of Gemini. Gemini, it means the twins. It's the month that is very easy to become a twin with the light. Which means it's the air of the air, which is the ability for us to resist. The whole creation was for the restriction. If you hear the lessons of the Rav, all these years, the Rav reveal all the different angles to understand the secrets of one thing, restriction. Because that's all, that's the purpose. To resist ourselves so we can have an affinity with the light. And it's all secrets. It's not even physical, it's in our mind. It's how to have mind over matter. And this is what giving us the ability to connect with the Creator, which is wisdom. What is wisdom? It's not something that you memorize. It's something that you always have in your mind. This is life. It's thoughts. Without intelligence, you cannot survive. Anything, any organ cannot survive without intelligence, but even in a simple level. If you're not intelligent enough, you cannot earn a living. But the intelligent, to have all the pleasures, to really enjoy life, to enjoy the real fun, the fun to have a connection with the Creator, the honor to be part of his channels, to bring goodness to the people around us, to bring goodness to the world, to the future, to all those things, to have an amazing purpose in life, and to work and to enjoy every second. This is what it is. As the Rav explained, the whole point is to remove the space. You can have all kind of problems, economy, war, conflicts, disease, all these problems. It's all manifestation of the one problem. Space between us and the light, space between us and other people. Because the space, it's where all the negativity comes. And it's all about one thing, that to know that we have the power to remove the space. How do you remove the space? This is the power of our mind. To understand when you see the problems, and when you feel the problems, and when you see all kind of chaos, to know, no. There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with the people around me. There's nothing wrong with God. There's nothing wrong with the situation. The situation is not wrong. The light, the source is not wrong. The people are not wrong, and I'm not wrong. Yes, we have tikkun to do. So first you need to come from the place of no space, with the light. And with the light you can fix everything, because the light removes the darkness. It's not us. We don't have solution. So with the light, you can come up with a plan for the economy, with a medicine that can heal. You can come with all the things. It's all there. The Torah teaches how to do that. How to connect. This is an energy. It's the power, the appreciation of it. As we know, all the great things that happen have a lot of illusions around it. The interpretation for this event being corrupted, the explanation is a complete mistakes that is happening, because the whole point of this angel that calls the Satan is to create space. So he doesn't want us to understand. But this is the Kabbalah, they're teaching us how to do that. It's called Shavuot because of a very simple reason. It's to do with the energy of Sheva. Shavuot, it's 7 times 7. It's weeks. We cannot come to Shavuot before we reach Malchut of Malchut. Shavuot is Malchut of Malchut, because after that we have the Malchut, which is the vessel, which is ourselves, which is me, my real self, which is what was created. The new thing that was created is us. And what is it? A desire. Till you have the desire, you cannot connect with the light. But the whole point of the whole period, it's to preparing ourselves to the desire for affinity with the light. So what it is all about, to have the desire and to understand, yes, I want to heal. Yes, I want to remove the chaos. Yes, I want to enjoy. But don't fall into the illusion. Don't get angry. Don't get upset. Don't lose your human dignity. Just understand that no one is here to try to hurt you. It's all about ourselves with our mind deciding that the light is here. And even death is not going to affect us anymore, because if we're not interested in the illusions, so what is that? Illusion. What do you think the Creator stopped to exist after that? We're always going to exist. The whole point is consciousness. Life without consciousness is not a real life. So the whole point is to give us the power to restrict after the Malchut of Malchut. We come to the place of Shavuot, which is the ability to connect the 50th gate of Binah, which is Binah, as you know, desire to give, to come out of ourselves. And this is the time of David HaMelech, because King David is the channel of Malchut. But the Malchut that is corrected, Malchut is the kingdom. He was completely controlled by the light. You know what is the problem? That the tree of knowledge waves, the cloud, you know, there is two clouds, tree of life and tree of knowledge. The tree of knowledge cloud, when you're connected with, which is we connect since birth, naturally, you don't need to make an effort. Each one of us has good and bad experiences. Why we have bad experiences? For one reason. Because we are not connected with the tree of life. Tree of knowledge, there is nothing wrong with this. But first, tree of life. Then the tree of knowledge is fine. But then you connect just with the good, not the bad. The bad is just because of us. And what it is, when you connect with the tree of knowledge, you think that you are in control. Yes, people respect me now. I have my shares are very high. My money, my this. And then suddenly something is happening, someone is not smiling, you feel bad. Why? Because you are in the tree of knowledge cloud. We need to change it. This is not going to change. Otherwise, all the problems will never change if we have space. So what it is all about is to understand that when you are in the tree of knowledge, you think that you're in control. You are a total robot, because we are robots anyway. There's someone that's governing the show. The show is governed. So what it is all about is to take ourselves out of the illusion that I'm in control and to understand I'm not in control. Malchut means I'm the kingdom of the king. I'm not doing anything. The light is doing something. Then it's the opposite. We feel that we are a robot, but robot of the light, the channel of the light, and then what's happening as a result? Everything is happening. All the good things are happening, which is what King David did. He built the temple, he did all of these things. He prepared the build of the temple, which is like he built it. And this is basically, he brought a son that did it, but the whole point was that the Malchut of Malchut, when we are our real self, when we are doing the real self, like King David, we are allowing to be the channel of the light, then we are the one that's doing it. Then we're not real robots, because we chose. It's our restriction. It's our choice. This is the whole point. What happened in Matan Torah, when the Creator gave us the Torah, it said in the Midrash that we were asleep and God needed to wake us up, and He was first. So they saying, what would be the tikkun for that, the correction? We need to be up all night and to wait for God instead that God will wait for us. Big secrets. You have to understand all of these things. If you just take it literally, makes no sense. And if you take it literally and it makes sense to you, it means that you are choosing not to go deep. And if you're not going to go deep, you're going to eventually fall into the tree of knowledge, and eventually you will lose your dignity. You will become reactive. Angry, upset, sad, depressed, all the negative things, that feelings, and as a result you act whatever nature that you have. How to overcome that? How to become like the Israelites? That they were one. It said Vayichana Am, which means one nation. How they remove the space between them? Because they understood that all what they want is affinity with the light. Gemini, to be one with the light, that's it. Vav, Sivan, it's a restriction. Stand up. Don't let yourself fall, because when when you're asleep, you fall on the floor, you fall on your bed, you cannot stand up. Stand up. Excitement of the real thing. And this is what the Torah is. The Torah is all all the wisdom. But it's called Matan Torah, because God gave us, but we were not ready yet to receive it. And this is why 40 days later, when Moses came with the tablets, yes, they already did the golden calf. They were not ready for it. But why? They are re-explained. The source of it, because the whole purpose of creation is that we, humanity, will connect with the Kabbalah. Kabbalah means to receive what the Creator wants to give us. But what it is to receive, to do what King David did. Which is what? Which is the secret of restriction. That's all. No space to understand everything is good. And then from there, solve the problem. But just a minute, you just told me that there is no problem. Yes. There is the problems there in this that you need to remove, which is a good job. It's like you have a garage, you have a shop, and you're fixing cars. More work, fine. But it's not, you are happy because you inside connected with the light. That's what it means. This is a paradox. This is to handle the paradox is the biggest secrets of Kabbalah. This is not so many people can handle it. And this is what happened in Mount Sinai. They couldn't handle it. They say, Moses, after the 10 utterances, 10 commandments, as it said wrongly, that after 2 utterances, which is 2 sfirot, they said, no, Moses, you're going to listen and give it to us. They didn't want to have it directly, which is the source, according to the Ari, of the short circuit, that eventually it became the golden calf, 40 days later. Because in that moment, the word Matan Torah, Shavuot, is when they received the Torah like a prophecy. They receive it as a vision, to see the whole thing. But eventually it was in a written form, on the stone. But they couldn't handle it because of that. They didn't make the effort. They were not doing, they did, but not enough. The correction, it's not to sleep all night. Because sleeping, as we know, it's one of the connection with death that we have. And by not sleeping, and instead of sleeping, connecting with the Torah, we get the same energy from above. Because the Torah is prophecy. When we go to sleep, that's what we receive. We receive prophecy in our dream. Otherwise, we will not be able to be alive. People that are more pure, when they sleep, they get messages, they know, they have dreams that are prophecy. But this is, from most of the people, they don't see it. It's in the subconscious level. This is why you feel tired, because you need to cleanse yourself. But even that night, you understand that it's like sleeping. You're getting the energy from the Torah directly. You're reading the Torah. You make the effort. Then it's not Matan Torah, it's Kabbalah Torah. Kabbalah means to receive. Matan means to give. God gave. In this day, God gave the whole thing. All what we need to do is the correction, do the restriction truly till the end. So as much as higher level of restriction that we do, as much as we can receive. Restriction means focus. And that night, yes, if you're going to stay up and not connecting with the Torah, with the desire for light, which is the Torah, it's not going to work. You need to have the focus. So it's not about, other things. When we read the Torah, stay up all night, but concentrate, focus. Don't listen to other things. Restrict. That's the whole point. He gave us a simple solution. Yes, it's a pill. Yes, take the pill. You'll see everything will be fine. People believe in all kind of pills. Yes, it's helping sometimes, sometimes not. This is for sure working. How do you know? Because there's enough tzaddikim, enough people that manage to do that. Unfortunately, there's many doubts around it with all kind of different things that removing the importance. No, it's not. It's working just for few tzaddikim. Everyone can do that. That's why this generation, it's not by coincidence that the Rav and Karen, Rabbi Breinwein, Rabbi Ashlag, they somehow, it happened that it's all, everyone can have an access to it. Now it's just to have an access and to practice what we learn. To practice what we learn means restriction. And the restriction in that night, it's very simple. Don't sleep, learn, make the connections, and take inside yourself the best energy possible. Central column. Restriction energy to resist yourself, to go out of yourself, even though you think things are bad. So you come from the place where there is no space between you and the light, and you are the other people. With that consciousness, with human dignity, you can achieve everything. That's the secret. It's an amazing secret. And more and more. But every year, please, don't sit. Learn. Look for secrets of Kabbalah. Don't sit, comfortable. But that's what we want to achieve. This is an amazing thing because each one of us is a channel for a lot of people. So we have the responsibility. If we learn it, if we hear it, if we understand it, to do it in the best way, so it's good for us and good for others. And this is to connect to the real joy and pleasure that the Creator wants to give us.
Ready whenever you are.
Chag Sameach, everyone. Lots of love. All the best, that all of us will be successful in doing everything that we need to do in that night so we can do the best for the whole year to come. Lot of love to you.